We here.
Cool. Just kicking it.
Now, I read the bio.
Okay.
I saw the video.
Okay.
The video was hard. The video was epic. I was like, oh, they really did this for her.
Yeah.
And then I realized, because you was an artist before.
Yeah.
So give us the introduction, like Big Soph. Who are you and where you from?
So I'm Big Soph, or Sophie Steele.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm originally from Akron, Ohio. I moved all over and basically went to like 12 schools, moved 23 times by the time I was 20. Started as an artist, right? So my first piece of equipment was like an Alesis 4 channel mixer and like fucking Audacity.
Oh wow.
Right? Audacity.
Right?
Wow,
yeah. That's throwing it back.
Yeah. Actually, like the very first was like a just record pad, right? So I would just I would just record songs straight through, like verse, hook. That was an artist for a long time, released probably 300 songs, probably written over 1,000 easy.
What got you into music to go that hard?
I don't know, man. It was just like inside of me. I just had to do it, you know. I think also like moving all the time, it provided like a regular thing, like a recurring thing that no matter where I lived, I could just still do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What you said your first thing you was recording on was trackpad?
Record pad.
Yeah. What was that like? What was the process of you figuring out how to record?
I don't know. It came on Windows computers, like by default. I had a little microphone with the webcam, and I just like would hit it, play the record, like the instrumental off of SoundClick, and then just rap over it and keep doing that until, you know, I upgraded the equipment and then moved to Audacity and like actual recording equipment.
Did you like record any videos of yourself doing any of this? Is there footage of the start of Big Soph?
The start, no. I think when did I start doing videos is probably like my 4th project. I was just grinding it out, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was going through something, I'll make a song about it. It'll help me cope with what I was going through. So it wasn't just like a career aspiration. It was like something that I had to do, and that was part of me as a person.
Where'd you move to after Ohio? You said you was moving all around.
Florida first.
Hey. Got some Florida people in here.
Yeah.
Shout out Maddie.
Yeah, shout out Maddie. Florida, back to Ohio, back to Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Cali.
North you was really all over the place.
I was all over
military family?
Yeah, like before my mom got married to a Marine, she was just moving. And then she got married to a Marine, and my stepdad would change duty stations 3 years, 7 months. Some places I was there 6 months.
He was real active.
Yeah, very ambitious. Wow. So when you're ambitious in the military, they're going to change your duty station all the time.
What was like that like being in a military family but making music? Like what was your family saying? Your mom? Like, what was they saying? Was like, oh, you making music and we just moved here? You already putting up the studio?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, not supportive. You know, like, I think my family comes from a very middle-class, working class family, right? And, like, creative industries is seen as dreamers to those demographics. So it was an uphill battle the whole time, to be honest. But, I think they got me a piece of equipment one time for Christmas. Okay, so like they were support, a little bit of support, but still like, don't make this your job type of shit. But I mean, that's all I did. So it was kind of just like, that's what she does.
How did moving all around at the time influence your music? Did it change styles based on the coast you was on? Like, was you like, yo, I'm on the West Coast, I'm gonna try some West Coast music now, or what was that?
I think the biggest thing I could say is, like, when I would change regions and stuff and get involved with, like, the people who lived at all the places, what would change is, like, the slang that I would use, right? Because, like, what you say in New York, if you say that in South Carolina, they might not even understand what you're saying. Yeah, so I had to integrate and then understand, you know, the slang or, like, just common phrases, and that would certainly weave its way into my music, depending how long I'll be there. If I'm there for 7 months, ain't shit changing.
And what style of music was you doing?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop?
Yeah, hip-hop, rap. I'll song right now, different genres, but for sure just rap, just bars.
What was your first rap album?
My first rap album.
That like hit you.
The one that hit me. I mean,
or we can make a more simple song. Like, what was the rap song that made you like, oh, I want to rap too?
I think it was more so like when Eminem came out, I realized that other demographics of people could also rap.
It's universal.
Yeah,
but music is universal.
Yeah. And the first like album that I like front to back was like Get Rich or Die Trying for sure.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah. Many Men.
Classic.
All of it.
Classic.
All of it.
So you had it sounds like to me this is really cool.
Yeah.
You was going on adventures all across the country.
Yeah.
Picking up styles, picking up slang.
Yeah.
What happened to where you was like, okay, I don't want to be an artist no more. I want to transition into the other side of music. It sounded like you was doing a lot of dope stuff. He's 4 albums. Like, what made you want to transition?
I think the hardships of becoming an artist and running into bullshit consistently, hitting walls, and that's what birthed the necessity of understanding the business. It's not like I made a conscious decision to stop releasing music. It was, I'm releasing music. I got distro deals with 3 different majors through imprint deals with, indie labels. And then when one of the majors wasn't paying out and there was nothing we could do about it, that's when I realized, like, oh shit, if I don't know what's going on, how the money flows, how music makes money, how intellectual property is managed, I'm at a disadvantage. So I sat down, I started learning all that and providing services to people, and the response was overwhelming in terms of like the need. So then I just got busy with it. But, I never made a conscious decision to stop releasing records.
Dang,
and I'm still in Pro Tools sometimes. I'll still lay stuff down.
You still put something up?
Yeah, I'll still put stuff down, but I'm not releasing it currently, Yeah.
I want to know what your favorite album is. So was it 4 albums you put out, or you put out more?
Probably more.
What's your favorite project from you?
You're not gonna be able to find it, but I got 2. It's like Peerless or Here. The last one I put out commercially was called Here, and it was like I've arrived to the commercial game of the music industry. But with that, I also, coming from a marketing background, was abandoning a bit of my creativity for the sake of making it marketable.
Why do you say that?
Because for records to be successful, they need to be marketable. And if they're not marketable, they're not going to be successful. So
what makes a record marketable though?
The way it makes the consumer feel, the way it resonates with the consumer. We can go into a whole bunch of music theory stuff where like certain chords and certain arrangements and
activate something in your brain,
things like that. But when I was in that transitionary phase of like business and music, I was abandoning a part of my artist side of me for the sake of the business. And then I'm recording and I'm performing a song I don't even like. And that moment was the moment where I was like,
what does that feel like? Do you not, like, you're on stage, you got people, going hype, and you like, I don't even like this song. Like, what does that even feel like? Does it make you feel like I should just drop the mic and walk away?
Nah, it feels like, how did I get here? How did I get to this point where I have a record on a distribution deal, I'm performing, the crowd likes it, but I don't feel attached to this song. You know what I mean? And I wrote the whole thing.
What was the song?
It was called Closer. And it was just about like a long distance relationship, but again, I had went into it with marketing knowledge. So it wasn't this creative stream from my soul.
It was a strategy.
And I went with some sounds that maybe I wouldn't have normally chosen. So it felt like I need to revisit with myself and say, like, is this how I want to approach my artistry? You know what I mean?
Now that's where you get to your soul. You start questioning all that. Do you feel like you got there, like, in the terms of, let me make a marketable song? Do you feel like you got there because of the fact that you were facing, I guess, the BS as an artist with these imprints?
Can you be more specific? Like, you mean, like, how did I get...
Like, why did you make a marketable song that you don't like?
Because I was too business-minded. I mean, the song was good. It's not like the song was trash and I hated the trash song. It was, this is not a representation of my essence. This is a commercially viable vehicle to make money. And that's two different things that people, artists specifically, don't always realize. So I think just being in the business every day, knowing what works, influenced my artistry. And that's how I got there.
So what is some, because I heard you say, like, one of the main things I caught was you was with the majors and they didn't pay you. What was some of the challenges when you had to face those delayed payments from the labels?
The challenges were like, you still got to put up money for marketing. You still got to buy clothes for shows and photo shoots. And, you know, if they're holding their payments up, you're kind of like powerless. You just wait around for it.
So there's nothing in the contract that you can be like, yo, I'm going to get my lawyer. You doing wrong. Like,
how am I pay for the lawyer?
ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And then is my lawyer going to beat Big Three's lawyer? You know what I'm saying? The label's lawyer? No. So it's like, I'm not saying it's a bunch of money, but it was the principle that sparked kind of the fork in my journey a little bit. Because I was like, damn, like, I'm an artist. All my friends are artists. I know how to operate in the marketing space. But if y'all aren't paying us, the artists, somebody has to be like, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on educating my community on knowing when they're at least owed money.
So what, I feel like I'm going backwards now, but this is so interesting. Like, it's like Maddie had told me, like, yo, she got a dope story.
Yeah.
And now, like,
thank you, Maddie.
hearing it now,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is actually getting deeper than just a video or the bio was saying. Like,
Yeah.
what is, for one, let's start here. What did it take for you to even get known by a major label? To even get in the situation where now you facing the BS that a major label is putting you through.
Yeah, I mean, it's just relationships as it always is. So, like, a producer who already had deals with major labels, right? Because that's what an imprint deal is. An imprint deal is like, I'm a label or producer. I've got this roster. I go to Universal, and I'm like, hey, give me a deal. And we'll push all the label services through Universal. We'll push all the distro through Universal. So it's just relationships. It just kind of happened.
So was the imprint your own imprint, or was it someone that signed you to their imprint?
That.
Okay.
But.
Is that like the Megan Thee Stallion thing with the 1,500?
Yeah, probably. It's all like not a pyramid, but there's the top guy, and then you got the guy under him, and then you got the guy under him, and the guy under him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if the top guy's not paying that guy can't pay that guy, and that guy can't pay that guy.
Which takes to the artist, they can't pay you.
Yeah.
Dang. So even though I work in the music industry, that's the side of the music industry that probably me and a lot of people just be like, we don't know that part of it. But I actually never thought about it like from an imprint label to a major label, how that kind of works and affects art. 'Cause I hear stories like that a lot. We all do, like, dang, the artist they not getting their money, you know, all the way back to TLC, you know. So to me, it feels like, how does this happen at every level, where even as you get an artist that big, Megan Thee Stallions, and someone like you, where you're saying it wasn't that much money, but shoot, it's still the principle. I'm signed, I'm working, I'm in the business.
Yeah.
Why is it affecting people at all these levels, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's because a lot of people don't read contracts. And there's no really repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better for the corporation of music, for artists, to not understand how things work. Because if you don't register your music, and it does make money, it goes to the black box royalties, which is split.
Black box royalties.
Yeah.
What is that? That's a company, or is that like
No,
just a phrase?
it's like a concept. So let's say you're an artist, you don't register to your performing rights organizations and all of the, registrations you need to do as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Your song blows up on TikTok, you get your distribution money. There's other things like mechanical royalties or things generated by, performances that are not given to you through your distributor. So because they're unclaimed monies, essentially, they go to a black box, and that black box amount is split amongst the biggest performers. So, for example,
What?
So like BMI, let's say that's your performing rights organization, and you didn't register. Let's say you made $10,000. Because you don't know that you're supposed to register, that 10 grand goes to the black box, and maybe Taylor Swift gets it at the end of it.
Wait, Taylor Swift? What? When you said big, I was
whoever's whoever's the best performers under the performing rights organization.
I said, Taylor Swift making a billy at
no
the
shade
tours.
To Taylor. I'm sure you're not taking it. I'm just saying, as an example.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around it now, because this is some real science behind this stuff. Did that happen to you? Is that how you learned about it?
I learned about it just from the imprint deal, seeing how the money worked, and then instead of saying, fuck this, I actually sat down and was like, no, show me. You say this, show me. You say that, show me. I'm pulling up every day to your studio, sitting next to you on your computer, and you're going to show me that you're not finessing me.
Dang.
And that's how I learned.
Dang. So you really took
And there was like 6 of us in the situation. I was the only one that didn't freak out and say, fuck you, mister. I was like, I'm pulling up, and you going to show me.
Now, you think that's a strategy that you would advise other artists to do?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of aggressive.
Okay.
Every day I get older, I'm learning I'm aggressive sometimes when I don't need to be. Mm-hmm. So, in hindsight, could have been bad. But, I mean, for me and who I am, it was fine. I think being a woman, I have a little bit, like, I don't know how it would have been if a guy did it to another guy. Like, I'm going to pull up on you, you're going to show me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That might not
you
be good in the music industry.
So I would advise, like, learn as much as you can on YouTube. Learn as much as you can by reading. Pay for consultations for people who are doing it today.
Are some of those scams, though, paying for consultations?
Some of them are. And that's why you got to do your research. If they ain't doing it today, they can't tell you what works today. If I stopped marketing 4 years ago, you shouldn't be asking me what to do today.
Yeah.
But I do the shit every day. So I know what works today. So the consults, like, do your research. Google, YouTube, Google their name. Google their name and the word scam. Look on Reddit. I
love Reddit.
Look through their comments on Instagram.
Yeah.
And pictures with famous people doesn't mean they're not scamming either.
That is true.
So, like, you just got to do your research. There's really no way around it.
So we on the pitfalls of, being signed that you went through. As you transitioned into, guiding artists and helping them out, did you experience any pitfalls in that process, helping artists instead of being the artist?
Yeah.
And what did you experience with that was like, oh man, I learned not to do that now when I help an artist that comes to me?
I think the biggest realization was that most artists, myself included, when I was being an artist, hold themselves back with their mindset. And then another one is, taking accountability for your abilities or inabilities, right? Like, I know I can't sing very well, and I'm aware of that, so I can, pivot. But some artists won't say, hey, like, my lyrics are weak, let me get a songwriter. Or
that pride.
So, and then also artists be scamming service providers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Artists be doing fake refunds, calling Capital One like, yo,
I don't know what happened.
That wasn't me. But I learned as a service provider, service agreements, refund policies, and I'm going to make you sign something. So when you do that, you're going to lose because you got what you paid for.
Now, do you feel like as being a service, you said service provider. This
Yeah.
is like some really cool stuff actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually like really excited because I'm new to doing the talking. I'm like Maddie, like a lot of people in our business. I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Super behind.
Yeah.
But shout out Pink Noise. She told me to come out from behind the scenes. So I'm doing this.
Nice.
So as I'm learning, I'm like, yo, that is really cool. It's kind of effed up, but yo, that's like the whole black box concept.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, what is the part of this side of the service providing business that you feel like you've taken advantage of that's helped you as an artist?
Understand how money moves, how music makes money. The registrations needed to collect your money.
Is it more than just the pros, the BMI, and
it depends on what you're doing, right? But you got sound exchange, you got a publisher, you got your performing rights organization, then you got your distribution money, and then there's other money, work for hire money you can make. Sometimes the sync placement prompts or briefs will pay you out ahead of time directly.
Sync prompts. That's like the video games.
Yeah, that's like video games, movies, TV, that type of stuff.
And you're providing services for all those things.
Yeah, I was trying to build a hub to do all of it, but logistically it was kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So basically what I do now is like I'll talk to artists. There's an entry point, usually my Instagram. And then if I feel they're qualified for certain opportunities, I'll just send them directly to, Maddie or, other people in like the sync world, like Tammy at Mezzo, or you know what I'm saying? Okay,
so when you get an artist that comes to you and they're like, yo, okay, I'm gonna sign the paperwork, I'm not scamming, I'm doing the right thing. What are if you can share, because I don't want to take to all your business, but what are some strategies that you implement that's like you already know, like, okay, we got to do A, B, C first off? Like, is there anything like that you could tell us?
Yeah, so first I'll do like a brand audit to see what they need.
A brand audit?
Yeah, so I'll look at all their DSPs, I'll pull up their chart metrics, I'll see how their records are performing, I'll see which records are performing best if they have one. Then I'll go look at their socials. I'll do an audit on their socials. Most of the time, in 2023 anyways, what it is content strategy. Artists are making content, but they're not making effective content.
What is effective content?
Effective content is content that is made strategically to get viewers on your video, to have them engage with it, and to have them watch the entire video. So most of the time, artists are only showcasing their music, and I'm telling artists every day in consults, hey, people want to resonate with you, the human, not just you, the musician.
Right.
So if you're vegan, showcase that. If you're into crystals, showcase that. If you also are really good at drawing, showcase that. And weave all the aspects of your personality into your content. Because if somebody likes you because you have really good vegan recipes, they're more likely to listen to your music because they already like you.
So you're saying I don't gotta dance on TikTok
you don't have to
appeal to people?
No, you don't have to dance.
That's one thing I hear a lot from artists like that be shooting. They be like, man, don't tell me to do no dances. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like everybody thinks that you have to dance to be heard, but you're saying like, nah, like just be who you are.
Yeah, and also showcase the music, but like make it bigger than that. You know what I mean? Make it like, for example, you can look at like Jake with the 4 for the A or whatever. He's like, can I show you my record to like a piano teacher? And then he plays it for her and you see her expression. That's teaching the other viewers, hey, this lady likes it. How do you feel? And people are more inclined to respond because you kind of mind hack them with the content.
Okay, so when you're working with artists and you get, you do the content strategy, you do the brand audit. I like that though. Brand audit, that's hard. Yeah. Do you have any stories of artists that have gotten to the point where now you take them to a label, like a big label, one of the big 3, and like, do you go to the label that delayed your money, or is it like just business, or is it like, man, I'm gonna go, I'm never going back there again? Yeah.
I'm always gonna keep it business. I'm never gonna put emotions in it. when it's just a business transaction. You know what I mean?
That's mature.
So I'll still take them. Usually I have different partners. So like I got an older guy that worked with Def Jam for a long time and Republic. So if I feel like the artist is going that route, I'll introduce him to that guy. Or if they want to go to Asylum or like Atlantic or Hitmaker or something, I'll introduce them to like Cody or, you know, stuff like that. So I really just leverage my network and try to middleman as less as possible because it's a lot of work.
You said as less as possible?
Yeah.
I thought being the middleman was where it was at.
It's cool, I guess, but at some level, it's just a headache.
Okay.
Like if I'm gonna take you to a label myself, and I'm not telling you I'm actually getting this guy to walk us in, and I'm trying to middleman it, I'm not gonna be able to answer all your questions. I'm not gonna be able to give you the information you need in a timely manner because I'm gonna have to wait on third party to tell me
It
so I can tell you. Yeah, so sometimes it's better to build transparent, honest, strong relationships. So I could say, yo, Maddie, this is so-and-so. What can we do? Y'all go over there. I trust Maddie. I trust so-and-so. I don't have to worry about it. If money's exchanged and I'm entitled to some, the people I'm working with respect me enough to not cut me out.
So what does the artist have to do to get to that point where you take them to a label?
You got to get some motion, man. You got to have socials, DSP growth, meaning like Spotify, Apple, etc. Socials, though.
Is that really it? Because I feel like I've heard that for years now. Is that literally it?
They want socials. Because like if you're booming on socials, it's undeniable that you have resonated with an audience. But if you're not, something's not working.
Is there a way to fix somebody that's not working, or fix their brand, not somebody, but fix their brand that's not working? Or do you feel like after a while it's like, okay, there's no fixing you just should, maybe you shouldn't do music?
I think it depends on the quality of the music and the mindset of the artist or band.
Okay.
A lot of artists or band, this is like a little sad moment for artists, is like they'll sign to a major. Major won't know what to do with an artist like them, and they'll lose hope. But in reality, it was just the label didn't know how to market somebody that looks or sounds like the artist. So, yeah.
Like an artist like Steve Lacy kind of thing?
Yeah, like they did good with him, but, you know, if he would have signed to somebody else, maybe they would have not known what to do.
Because they're very different.
They just don't know. Or they're like old.
What are some things? What are some things? Yeah, old rappers. If it's 45,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's harder.
Yeah.
What are some things that artists can do, even if they're 45 and different, to build like a strong personal connection with an audience or consumers?
Yeah.
If they improve their music quality.
Yeah, well, with the old thing, I was talking about the marketing teams at the labels. If the marketing teams at the labels are too old, they're not gonna know what to do.
So you think an artist at 45 can still pop off?
It depends on what they rapping about. It depends on their social media content. Can they gain enough recurring attention?
How do they do that though? What's some things that artists in that type of what's the content strategy? Like, I know you said like being yourself, but is there any other sauce there? It's like, okay, you being yourself, your music, you start working on your quality, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Now we can do this, and this is what's gonna bring more traction. Is there anything like that? Because there's a bunch of artists that's 38, 40, or even different where they're young, but they're just so out there where it's like, well, I know I'm creative. I know it sounds good. Why isn't it connecting with people?
When I say content, obviously it's got to be good content. So the strategies for good content is like introduce a hook. Grab your person's attention within the first 3 to 5 seconds.
3 seconds?
TikTok's like 3 seconds, dog. They're like Super Saiyan scrolling on TikTok. So that transitions, keep the transitions coming, you know, every couple seconds to keep attention.
You mean like to move the scene to scene?
Okay. Or even just like something moving, attention grabbing. Have captions. So many people use socials without the sound on. So you need captions.
I didn't know captions was that important.
It's that important. What else? A call to action. Ask them to do something. If you go look in every single caption that on my page, it says tag somebody, or what do you think, or tag a friend, or is this fucked up, or you know what I mean?
That really works.
Yeah. If I was here visibly thirsty, you might not give me a water. But if I say, can I have a water? Or does anybody have a water?
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing on social. So the content strategy is what 4 things are interesting enough that you can make content about consistently. And then the tactics are call to action, transitions regularly, captions, and introduce a hook.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
I learned something.
Yeah.
What do you think about her style artists, like her, where it's like my whole thing is you don't know me? Is there a way to? Because I hear those are harder to brand, but
Yeah.
do you know? Have you had experiences that with branding with an artist where you can't see their face, but they still need to connect to their audience?
I haven't personally worked on a campaign like that because I don't really want to, because it's harder.
Yeah.
It's like a lot harder. I think Mystique used to work, but now it doesn't. So like with her, I would argue that an indie artist doesn't have the luxury to do that. Now, if you're just so talented and around people with enough money to put you in a situation to where your budget is $500,000 at least to start, then in my opinion you can start doing stuff like that.
Woo.
But that's a bag.
Yeah, and let's talk about the bag a little bit, because why do artists feel like with $10 they can get everything?
I don't know.
Cause I know I know you have people coming to you and like, yo, Big Soph, I got this big honey.
Yeah.
And it ain't $1,000. That's just a
Yeah.
one. Like, and they expect you to do everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very lucky because my audience specifically understands that what you spend is directly related to the results, because I work on educating my audience, not just selling them stuff. I don't know why they think that, man. I think it's like, I think part of it is from service providers lying. You know, saying like, yeah, like saying whatever they have to say to get the money. I think that breeds that thought process in artists, because they probably have had a guy come up and say, I'll get you 100,000 monthly listeners for $200. And that's cap.
Is that the bots where they be saying that? Because I be seeing that stuff. Is that bot stuff?
I mean, yeah.
What is a bot though? Like, do you know about bots? And
I mean, I'm like loosely aware of general bot information. Like, Spotify has a bunch of bots on it.
I be seeing that. Like, I don't get it. It's like what is that?
It's just like accounts that run automatically. Like, Instagram has bots too. Like, and there's nothing the user can really do about it. I mean, like, for example, if I post something, or maybe even if you guys post stuff, you're going to get like 5 comments that are like, post this on Atlanta Life, or post this on...
I be seeing those all the time.
Yeah, it's because there's just automatic, it's like automations attached to fake accounts.
Okay, so I saw a video about this guy who used Spotify bots and said he became a millionaire. Like, so that's why I be feeling like people use them, but I'm like, I always hear about if you use a bot, your stuff will get taken down, you'll get banned, so...
Yeah, you'll get flagged for sure.
So how does somebody make all that money with bots?
They got the right bots, I guess.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Or somebody's allowing them to.
So do you recommend, is there good bots, or is all bots bad?
I mean, all bots are going to be risky and put your songs at risk for getting flagged and taken down. For sure. If you want to spend your money on a small budget, because that's what bot buyers do. They want impact for a low budget.
Right, the $10.
Yeah, if that's actually what you want,
go
on YouTube, figure out how to run your own ads, not hard, and put $10 a day or $20 a week. You know what I mean? And build it slowly. Because if you go buy 100,000 bots today, and then you go to a label tomorrow, they got softwares that's going to show them you just got bots. And
they got software for it?
Yeah, dude. There's so many analytics tools.
Dang. So the game ain't really as good as they say. Yeah, I saw this
we know who's
video.
capping, basically.
Yeah, it was a video had like 1 million views. This guy was talking about he made all this money off of using bots on Spotify, and he had like got labels looking at him. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy be capped because it's like,
I mean, I don't know him, so I can't speak to it. You know what I'm saying? But I know what you're talking about.
okay,
I seen it, and I was
yeah,
like, okay, you're getting a bag, but also like, I can't see your bank account. Like, I don't know if you get in the bag for real.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if he is and he figured it out, then he built a money machine.
Dang.
And that's nice.
What is your I guess opinion on excuse me, because you talked about, you said the ads, like go on ads and put $10, $20. What's your opinion or experience with doing that? Because a lot of people say like, oh, I paid $10 but I don't see nothing. And I know you just said earlier in the episode that okay, well, you gotta invest in yourself.
Yeah.
So is the $10-$20 strategy really that effective, or is it really not just gonna move motion?
Yeah.
As people, or is there really people just need to lower their expectations?
They need to lower their expectations, and then also like that strategy can be effective if it's consistent the whole year. But you got to realize you're building slowly. You're not putting brick by brick on the house. You're literally like putting pebbles in the driveway, pebble by pebble, and not even at the house yet. If you're doing $20 campaigns a week, you know what I'm saying? What I've seen from running ads is like the needle starts to move at around $1,500. You know what I'm saying? And then the scale starts to tip at $3,000. And the happiest price point where I have seen the artist is happy, the service provider feels good about what they've provided, is around $5,000, which is, you know, not easy for a lot of people.
That's a real investment.
Yeah. And that's still very small.
Okay.
Like a label's single budget minimum is $7,500 minimum, and that's like not even the lead single. That's like a B-roll single basically.
So what Cardi B said is real. Like you gotta have $1 million to pop off radio and do a press tour and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Cause I'd be like, man, they so big, they got social media. Why do they still need to pay $1 million to promote themselves like that? They already got social media that's popping with 1 million followers.
Yeah, but the social media, how does social media make money? They sell advertisements. So if I'm Instagram or whatever, social media, and I know you're popping already, it would make sense for me to reduce your reach to encourage you to buy ads.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And then everything costs money. Like, the business saying is like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, who you know needs to get paid.
Who you know
ain't nobody spending their only non-renewable resource time doing shit for free a lot of the time. Unless they really believe in you and they really like you and, you know, they're just like, yeah, I fuck with you. But the majority of the time, the who you know gotta get paid.
And I like that because there was a quote that somebody had told me, and it connects with you, like who you know and everything. That they also said it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah.
And I feel like those two things, like, because you do got to know somebody to know who to even talk to.
Correct.
But I feel like even in your situation, you have people that knew you. And, you know, they both go both ways. That's a two-way street.
Yeah. Right
there. What are some moments that you feel like inspired you within your network?
On my journey and the people I've met, I think things that have inspired me have been like bigger people reaching out to me that I didn't know that they knew I existed. So like I went live with the executive vice president of Rock Nation a couple times, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's been really dope, really helpful to me, super kind. I've also met people who were examples of what I didn't want to be. And those almost impacted me just as much, if not more, than the inspiring moments. Because it's still inspiring, it's just on a different spectrum. Like, oh, I thought I wanted to do that, but I see that person doing that thing that I thought I wanted, and that sucks. I don't want that.
What was it that sucked?
Like being like the overall marketing director of like a big label.
That's not it.
I mean, it's still a job, you know what I'm saying? It's still corporate. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has different values. Okay. So, like, my values and belief system, I want to live my life as free as possible. So, like, being employed by certain entities would take that from me.
Okay.
And that was, like, not something I was willing to, you know, entertain.
No, I respect it. Freedom is my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, that's why I say I'm always working for my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom for time, freedom for choosing. When you're free, you can do whatever you want. So
Correct.
I understand that. Let's switch gears to the syncing again.
Okay.
Because that's been on the back of my head. I want to go back to that because I always found that part of music so interesting.
Yeah.
Song, and you said it like you be songwriting and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So songwriting, syncing, like what are your experiences, or what's a good moment for you because I want to know like what was the first moment that I just synced the song. What was that?
This clothing brand, ASOS, I think, or ASOS. It depends on which country you're in, but they paid me like $600 for like 30 seconds, and I was like, hell yeah,
that's lit.
I love this shit.
That's hard.
Yeah, so that was like one of the first ones, and that job that gig came from like a marketing agency that found me. You know what I mean? And they were like, hey, I think you'd be good for this one. Do you want to do it? And then I was like, yeah. So that was cool. Also, like, my engineer and, like, producer that I worked with back in Virginia, he got a sync placement with Telemundo for, like, 18 grand. You know what I'm saying? So, like, producers in the sync game, I mean, it was for, like, 4 years or something, but still.
That's consistent.
Yeah.
You ain't got to chase so much.
Correct. So, I think it's just about, like, continuously pitching and educating yourself on which sync libraries are currently taking submissions.
Now, that's the thing. I see, like, websites that say they're a sync library. When you go to it's like 15,000 songs. Do you, like, recommend people to still submit their music to those type of libraries?
Yeah. I think I'm a real market share type of person. Like, put it as many places as you can effectively, you know, with your time. So, if you want to pitch that song in 4 different sync libraries, you got 4 times the chances than somebody doing it one time.
So, how do you work with a sync artist? Because most artists that are syncing, they're not really trying to be, like, in the spotlight. So, it's not like the mystique artist that wants to be in the spotlight. Yeah. But this is a person that wants to just not be known at all, but still loves music. Like, how do you work with those people? Typically, to even get them synced?
Yeah, I mean, with those people, to be honest, I will refer them to my partners, or I will educate them enough to do it themselves, because if you're gonna go that route, you should become self-sufficient as possible, so you don't have to rely on anybody else.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So mostly when I encounter artists who are doing sync, I'm finding myself consulting them on how to further monetize their works, like doing work for hire or custom song work or voice work.
Okay.
But yeah, just teach them to be self-sufficient as possible. Show them the sync libraries. Tell them how to approach, you know, production houses or music supervisors. Give them the tools to do stuff like that. That's how I work with them.
Copy that. And this has been a dope story. This is a lot of dope memories. A lot of dope moments. Sure. I want to talk about, because we talked about what you do as a business and as a service.
Yeah.
What is your day-to-day with your company?
So, I wake up. So, I have my own company, Copious Media. And I'm also COO at Organic Music Marketing. So, I'm kind of juggling 2 things, right?
Okay.
So, first I'll wake up, check all my emails, make sure there's nothing crazy going on. And then the day kind of just takes me on its own journey, to be honest. Yeah, I try to be very structured, but I've learned it's not always realistic. Because, like, I had a meeting today with the artist, so I would say, like, emails, then if I have meetings, consults, I'll do those. Then after that, I'll start doing, like, infrastructure stuff, marketing stuff, building campaigns for people, or doing email campaigns for organic, or coming together with the overall growth strategy for either company. and implement those steps. Delegate whatever needs to be delegated. Delegate whatever needs to be delegated, and then kind of just see what happens in the evening. I try to keep my evenings open in case like somebody pulls up or somebody calls me. And I can still try to be outside a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some, I guess, your favorite memories or moments or even inspiring stories that you might have working with an artist and you got them to their dreams?
Okay, so I think it was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. This artist named Trub Chef, or just Trub, but Trub Chef. He really wanted to get on BT, so we made it happen. His team was like, they're all great people, super nice, and they were really excited, and that felt really good. It took like 6 weeks of me going back and forth with Viacom. We had to blur out stuff. We had to remove butt cheeks.
Wait, what'd you get on BET for him?
His music video.
His music video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, then he did me a video testimonial, like, we did it.
That's
and that was really nice. And it feels good to do it for artists that are appreciative and that are, like, good humans, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was really cool.
Do those kind of artists, like, I guess, fill you with the life that makes you feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing?
Yeah. I mean, I do this because it's fulfilling.
Okay.
You know? Because I could just do something else.
Do you feel like you deal with more good than bad? Because you know the general stereotype is artists suck. They're a-holes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you deal with that, or do you feel like you like in a place where I deal with some pretty cool people?
I feel like at this point, because I've been doing it so long, I only talk directly myself with good people.
Okay.
And that goes to like the systems I have in place. I also have an amazing assistant, and he basically like deals with the bullshit so I don't have to.
It's like the Jay-Z. It takes 5 people to even
Not
talk
5
to me.
yet, but yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's easy to grow resentment for artists as clients when you're the service provider and you're also taking every single inquiry. Because you do I still get the, yo, let's work, or what do you do, or ask me questions that are already answered elsewhere, online, that they can find.
Like on here.
Like watching this or listening to it. But yeah, so I think at this point I deal with really good people, and I'm really grateful and lucky to have finally surrounded myself with the right people. I think this is the hardest part. So yeah, like I still like artists for sure. I still go live and do free music reviews. You know what I mean? Like marketing centered music reviews to like give back, or I'll run $200 services for $8 sometimes to give people that ability to get what they need at a affordable price. So I'm still for the people, man. That's why I'm doing this shit.
How do you stay connected with the people outside of social media?
Pull up, give advice, ideate.
What's ideate?
It's just coming up with ideas for people.
Ideate.
Yeah, ideate. It's like the verb of idea.
I never knew that. I never knew idea had a verb.
I just learned that like a year and a half ago, and I was like, yeah, that's what I do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ideate.
Like, give me a minute to ideate. Woo. Yeah, there you go.
I rocks with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, how do I stay connected? I try to go outside. I put people around me that force me to go outside.
That's good.
Like, you need to do this. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll do it.
How do you stay informed and up to date with, you know how life is, especially in this business. Everything, you got AI now.
Yeah.
You got threads.
Yeah.
You on threads?
Yeah, of course.
See, like
First day.
how do you stay updated with everything? Like, how do you stay because artists are coming to you and they expecting that.
Yeah.
Is it your team? Is it just you naturally? Like, yo, I'm always looking.
There's a few like sources that I'll go to. We'll also set up Google alerts for stuff. So if like something new pops up, it'll email me.
How do you do that?
It's in your Google account. Just search set up Google alerts. You can set it up for anything.
Really?
You can set up for your own name. Every time you're on, somebody posts something about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So systems and automations and infrastructure that I teach is how I stay on top of it. Again, my assistant's amazing. If he sees something that I don't see, he'll be like, look at this. Also, like, because my content is so education focused, I'm just doing that on a regular basis. Seeing what's new, seeing if I think it's good content to pass on in a simplified manner or not.
What do you want to... Sometimes I don't like asking this question, but I'm asking with you because it's interesting. I feel like
Okay.
you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're helping artists.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do next? If you want to do anything else. Because you seem like someone, if you was always moving around, you always creating.
Yeah.
So I feel like you got something you are creating now still in the back of your mind, like, I want to do this next.
My aspirations are essentially, I feel like, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to just say it anyway.
Hey.
I think that the creative industries as a whole needs to be reformed. Yeah.
What do you think about what's the reform, though? What is it that needs to change?
To be honest, so yeah, I consult artists and I do all this shit, right? But I also do business development consultations for businesses in the creative space. Mm-hmm. So I've consulted a lot of places at the intersection of music and tech. I've also consulted like bigger marketing and labels, like C-suite people at major labels, and they just don't know how to staff appropriately. They don't know how to delegate appropriately. Maybe some do, but a lot don't. So, for example, they will give a marketing director 13 people's jobs, and they don't realize that a web designer and a motion graphics person are not the same. Things, yeah. And they're not going to do the same thing. They're not going to be good at both, likely, you know. So I do think that the creative industries needs to be reformed in that regard. I think that the workforce for the creator economy is not up to speed, like in terms of like their skill sets. So there's these huge hiring gaps from, you know, corporations who are trying to transition into being more creative, or they don't know how to pay the people. You know, if you're a post editor, I'm going to pay you a lot more than a content creator.
Right.
You know, they don't know that. And then also just, you know, that's what I think. I think it needs to be reformed. The workforce needs to be prepared. And then once that happens, then artists and artistic people will start getting paid more. Because what actually is the problem, from just my experience consulting, is that there's a misallocation of money from corporations because they don't actually know what they need to run most efficiently. And a lot of times, because it's who you know, there's underqualified people in positions, things aren't getting done, or they're trying to just make money for free off of free labor, which is cool in a lot of ways because you get experience, but at some point people need to get paid.
You think AI is going to help that?
I think AI is going to help. I think if you don't have an understanding of what you're doing, AI can only help a little bit because you're not going to ask it the right questions.
Have you been implementing AI with the services?
I've been using AI for about 2 years now.
Oh, you was ahead of the curve. What was you using 2 years ago? ChatGPT 1?
It was called Jarvis at first, and now it's Jasper. It's an AI writer.
I've heard of Jarvis. I thought it was just a joke. Like Iron Man Jarvis.
Yeah. No, that was real. I have some books. Like, I also publish books just under pen names.
That's hard.
Like, so for that, mostly books. Articles, if I'm doing an artist bio, stuff like that.
Dang. So what was there really, how did you get on AI 2 years ago? Like, did someone put you hip, or how did you discover that?
I'm just innovation junkie.
Okay.
Like I'm not addicted, but I'm like obsessed with innovation because that's where all the money's at.
That is
and
true.
I can't change anything without money. So I have to, you know, try to get it.
What's the AI? I know AI is the hype right now.
Yeah.
What's the real and the fake? Like, what are you using that's like, this the real AI? Everything else is like, that's that BS. Is just trying to hype you up.
I mean, there's so many, dude. I'm like seeing new ones every day, but they're all based off of the same ones. They're either based off of like the Google AI or the ChatGPT, or Alibaba just rolled one out, which is like the Chinese ChatGPT.
When you say based off of, are you just saying like the concept or like the actual way that it runs as an AI function?
The way it runs as an AI function. So with softwares as a service, You're gonna have a base thing, which is gonna be ChatGPT. You're gonna have another layer of information or prompts or something that customizes ChatGPT for the user. But you could probably just use ChatGPT.
Dang, you like really hip on this.
Yeah, I think.
What's
a little bit.
What's your favorite AI right now? Is it just chat or is it?
I'm using ChatGPT with plugins.
With plugins.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. Whoa. This got
Yeah.
Pro Toolish.
Yeah, I think I got ChatGPT 4 with the plugins. I don't know if that's still the base because I pay for like extra or something.
Have you ever hacked ChatGPT to get the other side of it?
I'm sure my assistant has.
I heard of the dark side of ChatGPT. His name's like Dan or
Oh
something.
yeah, I seen some of those YouTube videos. That's cool.
I want that version.
Yeah, I think you can just say you're Dan.
No, we tried that. It didn't work. I wanted Dan, man. He was real. What's some of the plugins? Like, what do they do? Like, just help you filter?
They'll like search the web for you, or they'll like summarize a PDF, or there's like 4. There's one, I don't know what the other one is, but it's basically like summary or lookup.
See, as you see, I'm not even as hip as I would like to be. I've been exploring it.
Yeah.
I've been seeing like the photo editors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Those are cool.
I haven't even. Yeah, those are freaking hard. I
Yeah.
tried some. I was like, oh wow, they really turn you into a whole character.
Yeah.
But I've been scared to use, not because I'm scared of the future, but I just be thinking like it's another form of taking my data and taking this. So it's like I haven't even signed up for ChatGPT.
Bruh, I'm going to tell you something from just running a marketing business. Nothing is private.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I literally can put a code on my website. You visit my website. That code will tell me what your latitude and longitude is, what your income is. Every time you go and click accept all cookies, read that. Because I can go search right now. Data's expensive, so like not everyone can do this. But if I want a list of 200,000 people or 20,000 people that spend over $5,000 a month on diabetic supplies, I can get that.
How the heck do you do that?
Cause data, bruh.
What do you get? You just like Google? You go to Google?
No, it's like you gotta be like, data platforms charge like $70,000 a month. I don't have it.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? But like, ain't nothing private, bro. That's why like I'm the same as you. I'm like, I want to keep my data private. And then when I got into a certain side of marketing at the highest level, you realize if I told this one app that's very expensive, show me people who go to Chick-fil-A twice a week or more, they're gonna give me the people that go to Chick-fil-A twice or more. Because
Dang, surveys.
no.
Oh.
Your credit card company's selling your data.
Oh.
The CDC is selling your data. Everybody is selling your data. If you was advertising on Facebook in 2012, you would understand like what I'm talking about, because I don't know if you remember, I think Burger King did this. Burger King did an ad where if you went to McDonald's, free Burger King would pop up on your phone. It's like that. But like data laws are changing and stuff, but I don't even think shit is private at all no more, bro. To be completely honest.
Dang.
It's scary.
I did not know that side.
Yeah, it's scary.
Like I heard that whole Facebook scandal, they leaking data or something, but I guess I really just need to be more diligent in my research and studying.
Yeah.
Because dang, you just put a code in your website.
Yeah. I mean, you got to know about it and then you got to get it, and it's expensive, but like it exists is what I'm saying.
Wow. You be on the dark web?
Not really, no. This is all white hat shit. Like shit corporations use that small business owners don't know exist.
Dang. Yeah, you said $70K to get some data.
It ain't. I'll give you free game. You want to make money from everybody stealing your data? You sign up for every single class action lawsuit that comes out for data breaches.
The ones that give you like $1?
I get data breach $75 at least every other month from Google.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta sign up to them joints, and their websites always look like shit.
Sign me up.
They
boys.
never look legit. But if the like Experian did it, like the credit place.
Mm-hmm.
If your shit's leaked, sign up, because maybe you're gonna get $1, but maybe you're gonna get $75, or maybe you're gonna get $100.
Dang.
Sign up for them shits.
I thought that was a scam.
It looks like it because their websites be trash, but as long as there's a lawyer's name on the website, you're good.
Ooh.
So sign up for all data breaches, because you probably got breached, and get your $75.
Yo, I saw T-Mobile had a data breach.
Sign
and
up
I'm
for
with
that
T-Mobile, and I was like, dang.
Google T-Mobile data breach class action. Sign up for that bitch.
I'm there. Sign me up, boys.
Free money.
We getting free money.
Free money.
Man, hey, Big Soph. I see why they call you Big Soph.
Thanks,
I see
bro.
why.
Yeah.
I see why. Yo, this was dope. This was hard.
Yeah.
I really don't have outros either.
We gonna have to do it again.
We really gotta do it
no
again
outro
because I messed up on the making sure the audio was
it's
powered.
all good.
You know, this was a great conversation though. I done learned some things.
Thank you for having me, bro. Like,
Nah, thank you
yeah.
for wanting to come. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I appreciate Maddie. Like, he ain't in here, so
Yeah.
I can talk trash about him. But nah, I
Shout out
appreciate
Maddie.
him. Yeah, cause I'm new to this. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I like being honest. I like being like real about it. Cause should we all trying to do something? And I like, this is what I'm passionate about, just hearing stories and learning. Like,
Yeah.
I really like learning.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool when I can talk to someone and learn something.
Yeah.
And you know, taught me a lot of things.
Thank you.
So now I gotta
Yeah,
go
thanks.
ideate.
Okay. Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Ideate.
I gotta go ideate now.
Yeah.
I'm about to start using that. So yeah, part 2, we gotta do one, and
Let's go.
you gonna see us more.
Yeah. Thanks
How do you
for having
feel?
me. I feel great.
You
man.
feel great?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
good.
cool. Good flow of information. Questioning was great. Wasn't weird.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes it's fucking weird.
I don't want to be that weird
You're
person.
not weird.
Okay.
You did well.
Some people say I'd be off the walls, and I'd be like, let me maybe tone it down a little bit. But
I mean, I could go into fucking so much shit that I shouldn't talk about. You know what I mean? Which I'm not going to.
I was say I like that stuff.
Yeah, but
I like
that
the
shit
real,
is
like-
like actually risky as fuck to talk about.
I
Like
bet
even
that-
the data shit I talked about, there will be people, if they see that, would be like, this bitch.
Like the black box stuff like
Not
that.
the black box, but even just the data at the end where I'm talking about the data. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, this bitch is no.
Why you telling all our secrets?
Because I know what separates corporations from small business owners. And I take those tools and I try to implement them in small business owners. But just like artists, it's always the mindset. You don't think you can make $100 million, you'll never make $100 million.
Facts. Yeah, we doing a part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
I don't even want to ask no more because
Yeah.
we got to come back to this and we're going to get into the stuff you don't want to talk about.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, let's get it.
You watch anime?
No.
Okay. Maybe that won't be in part 2 then. But thank you.
I will. If,
You will?
If you want to ask me questions about it, I'll
Watch
watch
Spirited Away.
Okay.
The one that I said earlier.
Okay.
Try it.
I'll peep it. For sure.
Thank you, Big Soph.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I appreciate you.
I'm glad we was able to go through your key memories in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work. I tried to add in a tagline of the show. We out of here.
Key. What is it? Key.
The Key Memory Chronicles.
It was great. Going through my key memory chronicles. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It would have if you said chronicle like that.
This chronicle of my key memories. No. I'm
Hey,
just
we unlocked Big Soph's key memories.
Yes, sir.
We out.
You can find me at I am Big Soph on all social medias. We got IAMBIGSOPH. I am Big Soph, TikTok, Instagram, IamBigSoph.com, all that.